Well, there we
Welcome
are.
to another. Manny, I find it racist that you left the end right there over this picture.
I left the what?
The end for NXT. As in, this is the blackest, thumbnail we've ever did on this show. My main question about that segment when Trick walked out is, why was his arm so oily?
Who's
Did the
on?
doctor say, Tricks? Why was he so oily? Did the doctor say,
Randy
oh,
Orton.
Trick, all you gotta do to
Randy
get better
Orton.
is to be more oiled up?
He spoke to Randy Orton.
When you get revenge, oil your arms.
Gotta be elusive.
Yeah, you got slippery. You can't let nobody. You gotta let your muscles show. The veins pop out of your head. Shout out to Wesley returning and having no change whatsoever at all.
Exactly.
Just took time off.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. And of course, if you're watching in South America, Latin America, whatever you want to call it, we are the kings of the ropes.
Yes!
I'm Lord Matty Hayes, and he is
the undisputed tag team partner of the Kings of the Ropes. The undisputed. Like, shut up, Siri.
What does that even mean? Undisputed tag team partner?
I'm trying to word it in which, the King of the Ropes, but I was like, I can't think of anything. That's what happens when you do something without a script or a plan. You just rattle off and like, blah, blah, blah. Undisputed King of the Rope champion of South America or whatever. But
you know what I was realizing after we did the show on Tuesday?
What's that?
I should have made you host the whole show because I was Marcus the grand finale.
No. That would have went very badly. It would have went really badly. But then again,
I think it would have went perfectly.
I'm gonna ask you a question and then I'll just walk off, and knowing that it takes you an hour to answer because you're Marcus the grand finale.
We both do the same.
Deepest thoughts.
I feel like we both do the same way when we do it Tuesday and Thursday. I'm a little bit more quieter on Saturday because I kind of just don't want the show to go an hour, nearly 2 hours long.
That show can go 4 hours.
It used to go 4 hours. You don't remember that? I don't understand how we have time in the day to do that shit.
Pandemic, maybe.
Go look at the old Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast videos on this before we started changing up the format. They were like 3 hours each Saturday.
Covering every wrestling show. Dark time.
I really don't know how we did it.
Well, clearly I could talk for hours. I think I ended up on like 2 different YouTube shows yesterday for going to the Clipper game. Don't know what shows I was on or why.
Really?
But people were doing shows outside before, and they were like, let me ask you questions. And I was like, all right. And they got the full Marcus the grand finale experience. Uncontrollable madness. And no, Manny, I did not advertise anything. They didn't even use my name. They didn't even ask my name.
So that's just awful, Marcus.
Yep. Doing work for the white man. Damn it.
There is no news. Let's just kick off with AEW Dynamite.
Manny, how did Dynamite begin this week?
Well, it was MJF's quest for tag team partners, and this went on throughout the night. But we'll cover it for the whole. We'll cover everything up until the main event. He has a list. He's looking for tag team partners and looks for the advice of Adam Cole,
who now looks like he's just living a hard life with a beard. Doesn't look like he's washing his ass anymore. Like it just seems like he just fell apart.
Cole suggests he takes up Samoa Joe on his offer, which was, I'll be a tag team partner, but you got to give me a rematch.
So my thing is, why not give Joe the rematch? Like, he's fighting 2 matches a show. He's teaming with people he don't like. He's doing all this other stuff. I feel like teaming with Joe is a good answer. Although Joe would clearly turn on him after he teams with him.
Yeah, and then Joe would also nearly broke his neck the last time. He said that he nearly broke his neck the last time. I'm not putting myself through that. If I just survived the first time, what made you think I'm gonna? What made you think I'm gonna get through the second time?
Well, you can't be ducking Samoa Joe. He can't duck Samoa Joe for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he can. Stay on ROH, bitch.
He doesn't even work there.
And stay on ROH.
He doesn't work there.
So stay there, smoke cigars, and get your lung cancer, Samoa Joe. Fuck you.
Why? Why? Why do that to Joe? That was a pure attack on Samoa Joe. I disapprove of that, Manny. Let him smoke his cigars and drink his whiskey. He's just a man being a man.
He's just trying to be part of that 1%. He ain't want a part of that 1%.
What Roman and them don't smoke those cigars though.
I think Roman does.
Oh, you just talk about 1% in general. It's not just the Samoa Dynasty.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the bloodline. You just trying to get my bloodline. Because that does take up 1% of the population because it just never ends with their family. It just seems like they're all around everywhere. 2 of them quit MLW this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they got their release.
Yeah. For God knows what reason. Yeah.
So during his quest, Wardlow shoves him up against a wall, saying he took everything from him, and now he's going to take everything from MJF when he least expects it.
Not really.
Bullshit.
Not really. What are you lying about, Wardlow? What are you lying about? What did he take from you? Nothing. I couldn't think of a single thing he took from you other than that time he fired you because you were his employee and didn't want to do what he wanted to say. So he fires you. And then you got your vengeance at Double or Nothing by killing him and make him contemplate leaving the company and everything else.
And he was gone for a very long time.
Yes. And then you got the Thrive. You got the TNT title, lost the TNT title, got the TNT title, and then lost it again. Had nothing to do with MJF. It's not like he screwed you out of any of those matches or said anything. So fuck you, Wardlow, for holding this personal vendetta for no reason. Just trying to be active in the back.
The Acclaim want to be his partners all night, but MJF decides be all night. But he tells them at the end, I've got one more team that I can find. And then he realizes that one more team is Jeff Jarrett and his gang. And ain't nobody want to do that.
You know what? I would have took him over the Acclaim. Nah. In hindsight, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh, Kara Jarrett, and Sanjay Dutt can say this. They won some matches. The Acclaim, I think, since winning the trios titles, have yet to win, I think, a single match.
We get our first match of the night, which is Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli for the AEW International Championship. Once again, we return to Orange Cassidy having really good international title matches. However, it's basically a John Cena match where John Cena gets beat up for 45 minutes, it seems, and then he finds a way to win.
Yeah. Manny, I'm not high up on this, the rerun of the Orange Cassidy title run again. This was in the vein of the Sheeta matches where you just watch a title match for the sake of a title match. There was no way he was winning. There was no way Claudio was winning this match. It takes me out of it because clearly the fuse with Jon Moxley and not him anyway. So I was just, it was just like a lot of spots. And Claudio showed that he's strong, but Orange Cassidy isn't that big. So, like, all his feats of strength, I was like, so? This man isn't that big. This man isn't that big. If you're doing the Hobbs, maybe. It was fine. I'm probably being just harsh on it, but I'm tired of these title matches for the sake of title matches. It takes me out of it knowing that the person has no chance of winning.
I think I agree with you in the sense that I think at least going into Full Gear, 2 of the 3 title matches that I know of that are happening on the show are seem very obvious what's going to happen. Like Shida's going to drop the title to Timeless Tony Storm, and obviously John Moxley is going to get this title back from Orange Cassidy. Like it seems very obvious going into it.
I can see them switching it up with Orange Cassidy and John Moxley though. And then my main thing, other than John Moxley losing this title to Rey Fenix and being upset and all that, and him going on his rant and twitching in the back and whatnot, I don't understand why he wants this title and not the world title.
Fuck it, like, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand Chad Gable going for the Intercontinental title. I understand, I'm trying to think of another mid-card title in wrestling.
It's like the Miz going back for the IC title again, or like
or even Becky at NXT, the title she never won. They have
that makes more sense.
Titles.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Like I never won this title. Yeah, but like once you've won it before, like, do you really want it again? Like, the whole title should be his main focus. Like, you're right.
I don't understand why he wants to go back into the mid card. Like, it'd be like John Cena going right now talking about, I really want my United States title back. I don't want to fight Roman or anybody else. But like, it just seems like it's a step back. When with so many titles in AEW, why this one? And it's nothing that distinguishes him from anything. It's not like, and I know you hate the title, but the Heritage Cup is different from any other title, or the Ring of Honor Pure title is different from anything else. There's nothing that separates the Intercontinental title, their Intercontinental title, and the the TNT title.
TNT. Yeah,
to differentiate from like, I want this one over that one. So,
yeah, I totally see your point. I think we pretty much covered it. Mox comes out at the end, and Orange Cassidy foolishly runs back into the ring like a dickhead, and then gets his ass kicked by Mox.
And then they beat up security, and then they're acting like heels. When I think last week or the week before they were faces, or just back.
They're faces when Danielson's around. They're faces. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they just sync that up. Just sync this up. Like, decide which side you want to go on.
Mox says he's in a bad place right now, but at Full Gear he's going to beat Orange Cassidy to an inch of his life, and there isn't a damn thing he can do about it, and that's just because he can.
See, monster. Apparently the best friends are out due to injuries too as well. So,
or both of them, really.
Yeah.
We get a ROH Trios title match between the Mogul Embassy versus the Young Bucks and Hangman Page. Swerve distracts Hangman, asks whose house it is to the crowd, and then just turns it with like, as a matter of fact, last week I was at your house, and then Hangman chases him out.
So,
which
this gets a strike. This segment gets a strike. All of it.
I think all of it gets a strike.
Yeah,
the Mogul Embassy
the whole
win.
segment.
Mogul Embassy win. Hangman and Swerve have a pull apart in the back. Matt Jackson snaps at ringside.
Yeah, this carries on to later on too. Which, all right, let me just jump on why I'm giving it a strike. This is for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag match. I didn't know that started it. I just thought this was like, continuing the story of Hangman. I forgot that the belts were on the line. So the Mogul Embassy are now the Ring of Honor Trios champion. I could care less about where those titles go. It's not like the Bucks had the greatest 6-man title run of all Ring of Honor history or whatever. So whatever, that can move on. Hangman never, like, all I need is a promo. And I've been asking for promos for Sheeta. And like, happy that she won the title, or stuff like that. But Sheeta gets no mic time. Hangman needs mic time after, your family, your home was invaded, to get the emotion of how he feels. And then I'm just gonna wrestle for the title this week. Don't seem distracting at all. Till distracted completely to there he is. I'm gonna go fight him. Tagged himself out, by the way. He couldn't stick to DQ. He had the awareness of all to be like, hey guys, continue the match without me. Tagged out. And then Matt Jackson's tantrum of I'm breaking monitors. I don't even know what he's upset about.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Even his explanation, which we'll get onto at the end of the Kenny Omega Jericho segment, didn't make sense. Edge, before he could answer Tony Schiavone's question about is he going to team with Sting and Darby, Christian comes out. He lets us know he's going to retire Sting, whether he likes it or not. Darby isn't going to be the same. Darby hasn't been the same since after he dumped him on the steps at Wrestle Dream. He would hate Edge's fairy tale of returning to wrestling to end in a nightmare because of his bad neck. Tells him to back down from him, or else he's going to snap his neck and leave him in a wheelchair to live the rest of his life undignified as his kids wipe drool from his face.
Evil.
Do you know, Marcus, for the last 2 weeks, every time I've written notes for Christian, I feel a little bit more evil when I read them.
Now we're rapping drool from a brain dead Edge. We've escalated to that.
On this day, he won't see clearly.
Yeah, he won't see anything at all.
Shit his pants every day.
With Beth, his kids clean it up. So my question. So I think it was 2 weeks ago. Edge sat down with Renee and said, "I will never fight Christian."
He doubled down last week as well.
Yeah,
he doubled down last week where that's when Sting got in his face.
Yeah, till the point where, all right, I'm ready to fight Christian. And then on a side note with all this, I got a question. Edge said he's gonna wrestle full time. Does it feel like full time, or does it feel like his same WWE schedule?
It feels like his WWE schedule, but he hasn't been written off TV for a bit yet.
He almost was. He almost was.
He almost got written off today. He always got written off yet on Dynamite, but obviously they got some
Edge returns. But what he promised was matches on matches on matches every week, which he hasn't did. He wrestled one match since he's been there for about a month and a half now.
But Marcus, that match was so long it felt like a full-time career.
It did.
That match was so long and slow.
It was bad. It was bad. And bad. Just in general, bad. So it just feels like he's just talking. All he does is come out there, or he'll do a backstage taped interview. This is his first live appearance in a minute in front of the crowd. Goes out there, says nothing. He's absolutely horrible at everything he's saying. Like, he starts sucking Tony Schiavone. Get the crowd said Tony. Then he seems like he has nothing to say. Till he's interrupted by Christian, who is conducting his business the way he likes to conduct it.
Evilness.
And then he's attacked. So I feel like Edge is just like part-timing in all this and just trying to get away with it. He's not worth it. He wasn't worth any dime they gave him.
Tony Khan makes this huge announcement, but he also tries to tell a joke, which I felt bombed very quickly. I'm judging the Khans. The House of Khans. He tried to claim, why not? Basically, the announcement was AEW All-In tickets at London Wembley is on sale on the 1st of December. He goes, why not get, in the spirit of giving, why not get where your family tickets to AEW All-In? Like that. Normally at this point, this time of the year, Christmas trees go up. But my family, they've had the Christmas tree up since July. I was like, what the fuck, Tony?
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Just a horrible joke, horrible announcement, and a waste of time. Waste of time. Like, this could have been an email, a text, a poster. tickets on sale for All In. I feel it's really early. And I was telling to you on the pre-show that I feel like the conspiracy behind this ticket sales going online is for to say, oh yeah, it's how many pre-sale tickets we've sold for All In next year, to talk about their lower ticket sales attendance. I can't even speak. Low attendance ticket sales here in the States.
Yeah, but
like, that's what I feel like it's doing.
The problem with that is that does not overshadow what's happening in America, because then it becomes the divide of, you are not selling anything in America. Why are you doing so well over there for one show? They need to start going into smaller arenas, because I saw the image. That whole hard camera side was empty this time.
Yeah, it gets worse and worse, and they're not selling. There was a release statement of the seat fillers and telling people to come friends. There's reports of people out there I think they were in Louisville, were trying to give away free tickets, and it just sounds horrible that this is the business that's going on, and I feel like they're in trouble. Like, I don't understand why we haven't got the announcement from Warner Brothers that they are putting their show on Max with their other sports shows or whatnot.
I saw something this morning that deal is stalling, apparently.
Yeah, something's going on behind the scenes, business-wise, with them that isn't working right. That the Warner Bros. Discovery team is not fully behind them. Like, it seems like it's not like, like Collision's not doing well, and Dynamite seems to be like, doesn't have the energy it once had. And I think that they may be moving on. Like, I feel like that's why they're not advertising. That's why they haven't announced a new TV deal. I don't know if it's just negotiations going bad, but it seems like it's getting close to, like, hey, what's really going on here? Are they going to have to look for a new home?
Yeah, and I think that's they're not gonna make nearly as much money as they would have at Warner, I think.
Yeah. And it was it Warner Brothers that wanted more pay-per-views and stuff too?
Yeah. So that's kind of why they're running so many at the moment.
Yeah, and it's not like they're selling. The World's End is coming up at the end of the year, after Full Gear.
Like, do you really want to just be going into a new year spending that much money to go to a wrestling show?
No.
Like, it's not like AEW tickets are cheap.
I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah. But I feel like that's the problem with Dynamite. I feel like that's the problem with Dynamite ticket sales.
Yeah.
Like, you go to SmackDown. If you were to go to SmackDown now, you're probably not likely to get the Tribal Chief. But you got everyone else. You kind of know who's going to be on that show. You go to Raw, you kind of know who's going to be on that show, like, going towards it. With Dynamite, you don't know half the time if their biggest stars are going to be on the show.
Yeah, I feel like on this Dynamite, didn't they advertise a triple threat with Penta, Commander, and
no, that's Rampage.
That's Rampage?
That's Rampage.
I read the poster wrong. And, it's really confusing on what show someone's on. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm going to get.
I think that's the reason, because, like, in essence, though, like, if Dynamite put on all their like stars and had their stars in big time matches and stuff like that, Dynamite would be packed. Like, if you knew you were getting Kenny and the Bucks at least like 3 times out of the month, their ticket sales would be up.
Yeah, and they have all these stars, but a lot of them are injured, with Adam Cole, Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, Edge, Sting, and them are old. They brought back the Big Show. Like, the show just seems to be skewed really old right now due to injuries and them not really pushing anybody. Darby's back to being a second wheel. I have no idea what happened to Sammy Guevara. He may have got hurt, but he disappeared.
I don't think he's hurt.
Jack Perry suspended, but, not coming back anytime soon. I don't know when he's coming back. So the youth need to come back, and I think that's what's missing in Dynamite. And I think these younger audiences and, myself are like, I want to see somebody else. I've seen these other people for like 20, 30 years already.
But this is the reason I will say openly that NXT is my favorite show. Because, one, like, I'm not expecting much. I know I'm going to get stupid shit on NXT. I know I'm going to get the occasional good match. I'm not expecting much. With the others, you kind of expect more.
Yeah. You expect like, oh, this Seth Cody, and they're gonna do something, or the Judgment Day and a few. NXT is like, you're gonna get some zaniness, you're gonna get some youth,
Yeah.
and that little crowd that they have. It always looks like a sellout and high energy, but it's only like 50 or 100 people, maybe. But
yeah, about 200 people or something.
But it looks like it's packed in. It looks like, oh man, I really want to get into this. And then when you look at SmackDown, Raw, they're packed to the gills on every show. They're announcing sellouts on seems like every other show or whatnot. And you get the Dynamite, you get basically the same show. Yeah. I was talking to Eric before we went to the game, and we were talking about Dynamite. I was like, oh yeah, we're missing Dynamite to see the show, whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I gotta watch it later. But I'm pretty sure it was gonna happen. Back and forth match between Orange Cassidy and somebody happened. Obligatory women's match that means nothing to nobody, that has no story or depth, but you're gonna randomly pop in here and there. MJF, Adam Cole, and Roddy Strong doing something silly. And then probably a main event. Maybe one other good match or something like that. And that's basically what I got. Yeah. That's basically what I
got. Let's get back into the show. It's Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ang versus Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. Do you know how I watched Rampage last week?
Yeah.
Ruby Soho and Cool Hand Ang are in a story. Little love story. It makes me sick.
Does it make you sick because they're in this love story, or just because of the parties involved? I don't know.
The parties involved, Mark, because I wouldn't. If it was someone of note that you could possibly if it was like Tony Storm and someone, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is somewhat interesting because this is going to be stupid and I can get on board with it. Not about two people I just do not give a clear fuck about.
Yeah. So what's the Golden Jets is what they call themselves? Jericho and him. So this match happens. They win.
First of all, Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ang do not deserve to be in the ring with Kenny Omega and Jericho.
No. Like it just felt really beneath it. Like for them to team up for this match that seems random. Like I understand that Jericho has problem with the Jericho Appreciation Society and it was gonna bring the couch thing, but the match just seemed random. Like, give me a reason for this match happening. That's all I need, Tony. Yeah. Just give me a reason. Like, just have so what kind of promo in the back? Oh, we're fighting this to fine tune the team. If it's Kenny and Jericho, or if it's the 2.0 or whatever they call themselves now, and they can say, "Oh yeah, we're going to finish this Jericho Society stuff tonight," or something. Just give me a little bit. It just kind of just happened.
So Don Callis says Jericho and Kenny are like cockroaches because they are hard to get rid of. Suggests this doesn't end in a wrestling match. Maybe this gets finished on the street. If they have the guts, dummies. Kenny accepts and he says he's bringing Kota Ibushi. Jericho states he's bringing someone bigger than Will Hobbs. He's bringing.
How many times he brought Ibushi and they lost, Manny? How many times?
Marcus, one, I'm not afraid of Kota Ibushi. Two, I'm definitely not afraid of Big Show Paul White at this stage of his life.
No, that man can barely move.
That man can barely stand. Look at this. Look at this man.
Look at the angle of her legs. And can there be a worse shot of Paul White to make him look small?
Marcus, all I'm saying is I'm targeting those legs immediately.
Yeah. So Big Show looks so bad. And I'm calling him Big Show. I know he said no more BS or whatever. But I'm going to call him Big Show. He looks so bad that he could only stand on the ramp. And when Kyle Fletcher ran up to him, it was just... I've seen Kyle Fletcher in the ring. He could have dodged that and then ate a sandwich and Big Show still would have been like this. It would have looked like something in the Quicksilver in X-Men movies where he just what the fuck am I looking at?
What we need to do, I think, is put Big Show and Luchasaurus in a match and play it at times 4, and you would still get it at regular speed.
But he looked like the Great Khali up there. And it was like, like we knew who it was gonna be. Like we called it, we were like, it's either Big Show or Goldberg or something like that and whatnot. But
Goldberg's
like
still in better shape than the Big Show.
Yeah. But we were under assuming it was gonna be, but when he came out, it just looked bad. I don't know what it was. He looked old and beat up. And I was like, Powerhouse Hall would give that man the work. I don't care how tall and big you are. That the youth and ferocity of Powerhouse Hall would fuck the Big Show up. Hell, I think me and you, Manny, you get the Big Show right now.
Yeah, we would definitely get the Big Show.
We give him the business.
Individually, he would get the business.
Yeah, we wouldn't even need the ropes to take him. I don't even have to do anything of my topes to get him.
Marcus, I'll take him on in that WrestleMania. I think it was WrestleMania 20 against Akibono. I'll take him on in that. His legs can't handle that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand how that's supposed to be the driving force. And that's in our backyard. That's in Eric's backyard, not mine. Technically, Eric's backyard. Dynamite in Ontario in 2 weeks. I don't think he's going.
I feel like he should.
I think he can get a free ticket, to be honest. He might be able to pull one of those free tickets and be like, yo, I'm here. Just to see.
You know what I want him to do? Fight. I want Eric to turn up with a free ticket and just play Nintendo Switch while he's there and not watch the show. And then get caught by someone take a picture on camera. Like, look at this guy playing Nintendo Switch. I'm like, hey, that's Eric.
Yeah,
that's how boring this show is. That's how boring this show is.
And then Manny's going like, wait a minute, that is not Eric, that is Shane Taylor. I'm sorry. Sorry for the confusion.
It's the man of the shapes.
But yeah, Kenny and Jericho's newfound team for the street fight did not impress me at all. Kota Ibushi's washed, but then again, I may have to take Paul White over Kota Ibushi.
I take Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi is washed as well. It's Kenny and 3 washed guys.
He may be washed, but at least Kota Ibushi does not look like this. He does not look like this.
That's a bad picture of a man.
And this leads to more pissed off Matt Jackson, who asked why Jericho the prick is in their locker room. Chris says don't take out the fact that he lost the trios titles on him. They just weren't good enough. Kenny says an enemy of my enemy is a situation. That's why they are aligned. Matt says Jericho and Don are cut from the same cloth and he will screw them over. And the Young Bucks leave pissed. I don't need sassy Matt Jackson.
We're going to leave our locker room. Shut up. What are you so pissy about? We're supposed to be a team. We got the elite back together so we can help each other with these team issues. But it seems like everybody's out for themselves. I'm sorry. Hangman's family is on the line. I honestly, what kind of man is Hangman to not go after Swerve right now and Nana for a break into his house? Because apparently he don't want to get the authorities involved.
What kind of man is that to go, you know what, I'm going to go out to the ring anyway and fight? Yeah. He knew this was going to happen. Why is he even going out to the ring?
Or what kind of man it doesn't have the wherewithal to be like, you know what, I'm not going to tag out. I'm just going to take the count out and run up the ramp.
Because Marcus is AEW, I don't think they believe in count outs.
I just feel like he could have, like, you know, whatever the situation was. I don't know. But unceremoniously, they lost those titles, and Matt Jackson's pissed. I want to throw a tip for temple on this show, but I don't know how. Just, let me kick it. Let me kick the stairs. God damn it. I care about these titles that I've never actually seen them defend on TV, really.
No, they defended them last week, I think.
I know. That's really it. But stop bringing Ring of Honor titles on their TV show. It means nothing.
The Ring of Honor titles look so cheap as well. They're not even gold. They're just like they look like tin.
Yeah. And by the way, the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage, I want to say for the record, I know they've been a team for a long time. But let's be honest, who the fuck are these guys?
To be honest, I expect you to fill in the gaps on these things.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't expect me to fill in the gaps. You shouldn't expect Jamal to fill in the gaps. You shouldn't expect anybody on Codaholic or anywhere. It should be AEW filling in the gaps. Oh, who the fuck are these three guys and why are they in the mogul? They have never had my time. Why should I care?
Do you know, to be honest, I imagine they needed Lou Albano. Because they look like Samoan savages. That's what they look like. They look like...
one wears shoes, the other doesn't. Brian Cage has teamed with these guys. I know they're the former Ring of Honor Trios Tag Team Champions already, I think last year. It's just
I think the Young Bucks beat them for that.
Yeah, is that who they beat?
I think so.
I don't remember. Who cares? Worthless titles. But Matt Jackson wants to throw a tyrant over it.
We do get the complimentary women's match of the night where it was Willow Nightingale versus Hikaru Shida. You know what? I wrote in these notes because I didn't know what was going to happen for the remainder of the match. Dislike that Willow is happy again. Get me Julia instantly to spit in that girl's face.
Yeah. Or she get bad. Manny, I want to talk about this. And I want to say this right now. What does Tony Khan have against Shida?
I don't know, because this was her third defense in 10 days.
Yeah.
Utter bullshit.
Yeah. She's defended her title more in this week than Roman has all year. Like, I don't understand why this is happening like this. And we never get an interview from Shida talking about... all I have to hear is this. I want to be a fighting champion, and I will fight on every single AEW show.
I don't want to hear that anymore because Seth said it, and then he hasn't defended that title since Fastlane.
Well, that's his business. I'm just saying.
Champion, my ass.
I'm just saying. I want to know why Shida's work rate is so high. Like, why does she have? If she make it to Full Gear to fight Toni Storm, we're clearly going to make it. I don't understand why we just can't get a segment with her and Tony and have a constructive feud going on. Or if we can just have more than one goddamn women's segment and they don't have to wrestle, just have them talk.
My God, I thought of an incredible segment for them. You know how Toni Storm's doing the 1940s kind of picture stuff?
Yeah,
where it's a silent film and the words just come up like Charlie Chaplin and all that stuff. She should do that, and then Shida side of the video would be obviously Shida talking in full Japanese and just subtitles. It'd be incredible.
Yeah. I really would. Yeah, like you can have a good segment like that. Like I feel like it could work instead of her walking out at the end of the match, black and white. And then Shida gets mad and wants to fight. I don't even know why Shida's upset.
Because this is the third time Timeless Toni Storm has stolen the spotlight from a Shida win by coming out there.
But who cares?
Marcus,
who cares, Shida? You don't talk.
So Shida put Willow out with the Katana knee strike. And then kneed the fuck out of Toni Storm.
Yeah.
with the longest run up ever. I just see Toni Storm get hit, like go completely flat back down.
Yeah.
And I feel like
flips everywhere. Like, oh shit.
I feel all she did was adrenaline and run away. Because I'm pretty sure she's just gonna collapse when that adrenaline wears
out. Meanwhile, in the ring, Julia Hart shows up. And she's full golf going on. She's alone, no House of Black with her. And she's about to spit in Willow's face again.
Yes.
Sky Blue comes out in them jeans and spits in Julia Hart's neck.
Yeah, they tried to sell me that it was in her face, but that was definitely neck.
She clearly missed the miss. She clearly missed. And all this work, it seems like, to build up Sky Blue turning evil is over. It seemed like it was going that route, and now it's over. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna help Willow," and all things are right in the world.
How? The mist is supposed to change people.
Yeah, it didn't change Willow or Sky Blue. I thought we were about to get this spitting in her face, and the House of Black adding maybe she's Sky Black now.
Sky Noir. It sounds amazing.
Sky Noir.
Then we get the main event: the Bang Bang Club, the Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaimed and MJF. MJF comes out in the attire given to him by the Acclaimed. I just want this day to be remembered, Marcus. I saw this on TikTok this morning because I hadn't watched AEW first. Billy Gunn, on his birthday, told both his sons literally to suck his dick. He's not just suck it. He said, "Suck my dick." You can hear it. You can hear it on the audio.
I didn't know it was his birthday.
That was all part of the commentary.
I missed it. I told you, Manny, I was kind of in and out when I was watching this. I wasn't fully awake. I missed that part. How dare he? So essentially, this match is the MJF and them lose, but the winner MJF will get his belt back. Is there not another way? Is there no other way for this man to get his belt back? At this point, Jay White needs to declare, like Toni Storm did when she was interim champion, that she is the champion. Or the Jon Moxley for the CM Punk situation. One of them has
it was Moxley. It was Moxley because he was like, "I'm the only one defending it here."
Yeah. So whoever that situation, Jay White needs to at this point say, "I'm a champion. I basically had a title defense tonight in an 8-man tag."
He took the title for 3 weeks, so technically it's his now at this point.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like MJF have any urgency to get it back.
Jay White pins MJF by hitting Blade Runner, and then Jay White tries to take out MJF with the title, but Max Caster takes a bullet for him, and then Daddy Ass demands his Scissor Max back to health.
And that's the way the show ended. Like, you scissor that man. God damn it, that's the least you could do for this man. Scissor him. I didn't get my belt back. Kind of fuck you. You guys lost. Max took the pin.
Yeah, Max took the pin. I didn't understand why. But do you know what? Dynamite isn't as bad, but like it wasn't good.
No, I don't know how to describe Dynamites anymore. Like, what is the worst show? No. But was there a lot of things they could have did better? It's just, I think it's a lot of disappointing moments. Seeing Big Show, the big announcement being we're going to sell tickets.
It's so ridiculous.
We're going to be a wrestling show that sells tickets. That's our announcement.
Marcus, you're an American. What the fuck has that announcement got to do with you? It's American TV. Technically, this is an American TV show.
This is what I said earlier in the year when they announced Wembley the first time. Where they're like, that's a big announcement. And I was like, how does that affect me? Yeah. Like, really? Or anybody in that crowd? I don't know. It's just a very disappointing show. Matt Jackson is an automatic strike every time he's on TV.
It's his face. There's something about his face. I immediately just want to punch him. I like Nick.
Because Nick don't say anything. When Matt started talking, it's like, we're supposed to be friends, and we got it back together for this. And I can't believe you got him in our locker room, and we lost the titles, and we don't help each other, man. And I'm like, get out of here with this nonsense. You're horrible. Horrible.
Let's move into NXT, where it opens up with Shotzi and Scarlett turning up as Ghostbusters. And then Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn telling him we'll take over the hosting duties. You can go over there and deal with whatever you have to do.
Yeah, you guys can fuck off because I believe someone forgot that they were going to be doing the London tour. It was like,
Yeah, so
wait, they're not technically allowed to be here.
Shotzi and Scarlett went over. Shotzi and Scarlett kind of went to the side and played solitaire with Scarlett's death cards. And then we open up with the Creed brothers versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo in a tables, ladders, and scares match. There were some really disgusting bumps in this.
Yeah, there was a lot of scares. A lot of scares. This match is insane. Like, it started off with dives and bumps and all that, and it was like, damn, we haven't went to the first commercial break yet, and we have all this shit that happened.
There was a point where Brutus had a ladder, like, was wearing the ladder. He had his head in between it. And then I think it was Garza just took a chair and swiped him. Yeah. I was like, you don't think that would hurt because like the ladder would take the brunt of the chair, but the impact of that coming back at you was like, oh.
I thought there was a spot where Julius, I think he was about to he took a ladder bump and he just hit his back, just hits the edge of the ladder.
Yeah, and he popped up. He popped up like it was nothing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm dead at that point. A bump like that kept Shawn Michaels out of wrestling for 5 years.
I say this to so many people that like when I watch Pro Wrestling Eve, like because you're so close, you feel the fucking hits. Like Miyu Yamashita kicks are so like they're just hitting like and it's like ow. And I'm like, she hit me with one of them, and I ain't getting up.
I'm gonna sit down and be quiet.
There ain't enough adrenaline. There ain't enough adrenaline to make me get back up. I'm feeling that, and I'm just gonna lie there.
Yeah, but there was so much shit in this match where I was like, "Well, I'm dead. Oh, they're dead. Oh God."
This was for nothing.
Yeah,
this was for nothing.
Yeah, that's big sense. This match is for nothing. And this is how much they want it. This is how much they want it. These guys, young kids. This is what you love about young kids. They just doing it to do it. But I think there was a shot where someone got, I think it was a chair, and then the chair like ricocheted off something and hit somebody in the face. I forget who it was. I think it was Brutus. It hit Brutus back in the face somehow. Like there was a counter, and then like the chair just like ricocheted back into his face. And I was like, this is one of the most painful matches I've seen in a long time. Exciting.
You know what I think midway through NXT this week, I had enough of Booker T.
You're like, I'm done. Time to mute the commentary. I'm going to the Spanish announce table now.
Because I feel like like I write up all the notes for the show and you turn up, but I feel like that would kind of be like what Booker T does, but like you add to the show by just ad-libbing. Booker T is just a soundboard. He doesn't add anything to what's going on other than, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's something that you need to like. That's something that you gotta like. Because on Tuesday at church is a buy one, get one free for t-shirts. Oh yeah, that's what I need. That's nothing to do with the match book, but right?
Checks and championships. I'm like, Book, stop, please.
Oh, moving on to the next match or segment.
Well, there was a Joe Gacy promo, which I was like, okay.
Same thing. He went on his rant. I'm alone, and we gotta do all. And he's talking about violence and all this. And my reaction was, all right, Joe.
And in the same instance, Marcus, Lexus King did the exact same thing, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
Lexus King sitting in his chair talking about. I honestly don't remember what he actually said.
Neither do I. He tried to make moves on. Mackenzie. Hey, stick around and have some candy.
But
dirty, just saying it.
I'm going to say this. I know what I got in the ring last week. I know what I've gotten in his AEW career. The Lexus King character is better than the Brian Pillman Jr. character. Even though I didn't give a damn what he said.
Because the Brian Pillman character was Brian Pillman's my dad.
Yeah. This character is Brian Pillman's my dad, but fuck him.
Yeah. Marcus,
I like the mannerisms. That's all I'm trying to say. Like the aesthetic of it, what they're trying to go for is better than what they had in AEW, but it's still the same. I honestly didn't care what he had to say.
Neither did I. Marcus, if I couldn't be any more of a Tiffany Stratton fan tonight on NXT, I feel like she won me over once again. Where Tiffany attacks Fallon Henley before the bell and then puts her on a figure 4 around the post.
Yes.
So hard that the referee decided to stop the match. I've never seen anyone get hurt from that move.
Well, not stop the match. Didn't start. They never started it. Tiffany had no intention of wrestling tonight because she was pissed off. This is what I call beat down on site, Manny. This is what Hangman O'Swerve and a lot of other situations. Because when they were like in a 6-man, Hangman's fighting with anger. No, he was doing spots. He didn't seem that angry. He didn't seem upset. Tiffany was really upset about that impersonation. You can feel it. You can feel it. Like, oh yeah, bitch, I'm breaking your legs. I'm breaking your legs. Impersonate me to hell.
Technically, Fallon Henley was in the ring.
And she didn't make it.
Raw, SmackDown, AEW, that bell would have been rung.
Hold on. No, the referee would check. The referee checks. They didn't get the referee check.
No, not always. The referee barely checks these days. The referee will just ring the bell the moment you enter that ring.
I feel like it's more of a Dynamite thing. Where like Lance Archer would bring somebody to the ring and they just ring the bell. It's like the guy's dead. But they should have rang the bell. But Tiffany beat her ass, and you know what? Nice little side feud.
The Metaphor have to find the Heritage Cup in a haunted house. They're all dressed up as characters from Scooby-Doo. They end up separated and do their own spooky side quests. Tozawa has Oro Mensa taken away by druids. Lash is abducted by the giant pumpkin man. I don't know what happened to Jakara, but she got
She was the first one to die.
And then Noam eventually finds his cup, but the skeleton people scare him, and Tozawa wants a Heritage Cup match. All you had to do was talk to Shawn Michaels, Tozawa. All you had to do was talk to Shawn Michaels.
Why put them through this? Like, I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's as good as the Loomis Haunted House with
but they committed to that.
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, they committed to that.
Yeah. Enjoyed Scooby-Doo costumes though. Or Mentos. You look like a hood Shaggy. You didn't even try.
He didn't try.
He had gold chains and shit on. Just had a green shirt. He had a green shirt and a do-rag, man. It's not Shaggy.
Oh. Dirty Dom versus Nathan Frazier. Dirty Dom comes out in a budget version of his WrestleMania entrance.
Yeah. But Rhea was a cop this time, Manny. She had a billy club and a handcuffs. But whatever. Dominic Mysterio making a claim for the greatest North American title champion of all time.
No, he ain't.
I know, Manny.
Because the greatest North American the greatest North American champion has returned, and it's Wes Lee as he comes back and holds Dom's title hostage.
Dominic beats Nathan Frazier. It was a solid match. It was pretty good, but a little botchy here and there, but it was all right.
Yeah.
Wes Lee
Mr.
returns
Stone
with no change whatsoever after he quit on the Saw.
Mr. Stone versus Bron Breakker. Bron throws Stone around the ring, eventually gets around to spearing him for the win. Looks to end Mr. Stone, but Von Wagner makes the save, choke slams him onto the steps. tries to return the favor to Braun, but he escapes.
Yeah, also Von Wagner. Ooh, I'm dizzy. I'm confused. I don't know where I'm at. I shouldn't be doing this. And then raising his own blood pressure in the back. I told you he can't be trusted. I told you he's a piece of shit. I'm gonna fight him next week. Tell him to make the match.
Once again, Boa and Dante Chen talking in the background of this.
Yes.
What are they talking about?
I don't understand why it was. It was as if they realized no one noticed the shot last week like I did,
and they made it more obvious this week.
Yeah, they made it more obvious. Yeah, they put Dante Chen in the exact same spot, sat him down, and they walked off together. And I was like, "This is the exact same thing." How do you? There was nothing added. Dante Chen didn't look different. I was like, "Why?"
If they don't come up with a solution quickly, I'm gonna make my own solution up.
I want this
Chinese gambling ring on NXT. They're illegally betting on matches in NXT.
I got them dealing drugs. Bo was like, "You want to get on the gas? You want to do some steroids?" That's the only way we're gonna do this.
I can tell you that you're 100% wrong because the people that are dealing drugs are Scripps. And
oh my god!
OTM. Scripps says he was sipping wine and doing the circus flips to fit in until he met his boys, reminding him who he is and where he comes from. He'd been locked up, shot at, and watched his uncle die in his bedroom when he was 11 years old. His boys, Bronco and Lucian, are cut from the same cloth. Says the Brawling Brutes wouldn't last a day on their block, and they cost them a shot of the tag team titles, even though it was Scripps that got them both teams eliminated. Says, you either somebody or nobody. Which one are you? The OTM has somebody. I can't even tell the difference between Lucian and Bronco.
My pinky didn't hurt. I'll throw it up better, but it hurts.
Wait, did he do that?
Is that what it is?
I think he did that.
I don't know. Whatever. Manny, I know I'm gonna steal a line from Jamal, but I don't have a bag to do this. But can we pack all this shit up? I don't know if it's true about his uncle, but I don't feel his uncle dying in his house had much effect on him. I don't believe it. I don't think Scripps should be able to like, yeah, they know me as Scripps. Where I'm from. No one knows you as Scripps. No one.
We know you as fucking Reggie.
You're Reggie the sommelier, sipping wine and doing flips, doing the white man business. This is such a bad gimmick. They have the NWA font now. I'm done with these guys. I'm just done. These are the biggest poses I've ever seen in my life.
JC Jane congratulates Andre Chase for finally becoming a champion and states that he should be thanking her. Andre Chase says she tried to make him cheat. That's when Thea Hale and the dude that can't fuck came into shot. And they get prepared for the tag team title match. The Don wants to get even, and Stack tells them he owes them. And then Mr. Chase once again is like, "Don't worry, I got this." I want to know what dirty deeds he's been doing.
Yeah. I don't know, but disappointed in Chelsea and Piper didn't bring out their Halloween costumes. They used that for Bret Hart on Monday, and then they didn't really have a follow up this week. I mean, Piper painted her face and whatnot, but what the same.
Yeah. Jesse Drain tries to cheat in that match. Andre Chase pulls the belt away, and Chelsea hits her with the Unpretty Her for the win. And Albert and Isla Dawn watch on from the stage as the wheel starts to randomly spin.
Yep. Title's a curse. I mean, this is a law. This is a downside of NXT right here. There was nothing good in a moment of these segments. I was like, let's move on. Let's get this over with. Let's get to the main event.
OTM really just killed NXT in that moment.
It was such a bad it was so bad. Like, I'm going to give Dynamite the show of the week over NXT just because of the OTM segment.
Like there might have, do you know what, Marcus? I'm not even black, but I felt this was a racial stereotype, and like I know there's a second segment that was recorded where they were carrying 40s and had more gold chains. I know that for a fact.
Talk about they got baby mama drama. And
Yeah.
Oh God, that was so bad. It seemed like that segment was written by Shawn Michaels, who's never been around a black man in his life. Or hood, or people from the quote unquote the hood.
Yeah. We get Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice for the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament final. Electra distracts Kalani Jordan on the top rope, and she misses a split leg moonsault. Lola hits the roundhouse kick for the win. Match was okay. I mean, it wasn't a world beat, but it was good. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I enjoyed the match. It wasn't it's not must-see TV or anything, but again, they're both really young at this. I think there's a high upside to Lola Vice and her kicks, even though she does do the Naomi kicks.
I think there's more of an upside for Kalani Jordan.
Yeah. I think they both have upsides.
As Kalani Jordan continues to date Carmelo Hayes, I think she'll pick up more things in the ring.
She's dating Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah.
He's too old for her.
Why? Do you want her or something?
No, I'm double their age. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he's too old.
Is he that old?
He is that old. I think he got to be 30.
29.
I think she's like 19.
29.
10-year difference. I got 10 years.
You know what? She's so young, she don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Check her TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know how old she is.
I think they said she's like 19 or 20 or 18 or something like that. Just said she's too old for him. Or he too old for her. Find out they're the exact same age. It was a fine match. Whatever.
Yeah. Carmelo takes on the Dragunov for the NXT title. I think I was just tired when I was watching this last night. I just wasn't feeling the start.
I thought it was fine. I thought the second. Oh, go ahead.
The second half really stepped it up.
Yeah,
I think after the commercial break, I think the tempo changed. There was more high spots. He got DDT'd on the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's when it picked up, when he got the DDT and dragged it off the head, looked like it exploded or whatever.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, "Oh, this match is really picking up." I thought it was a good match. I don't think it was better. Maybe I'm being biased because I was there at the Bakersfield one. It was
the
Bakersfield
show.
show.
100% right.
Maybe
100% right. I think the commercial break takes a lot out of it.
Yeah,
because like at this point, I watch it recorded, so I'm not even gonna bother watching the little box. I'm just gonna skip forward it. I'm not watching it. I just refuse.
Yeah, I did the same because I didn't see the show live. I went out, whatever, and then I skipped all that, and I just felt like the match was fine. It was fine. I enjoyed the match. It was really good. You know, it's they have a good trilogy of matches. I think the trick distraction at the end left all the intrigue in the world to make you want to come back to be like that. And to cut the Baron Corbin attacking Dragunov was a good out to like not knowing what happened next between Trick and Mello.
Yeah.
And his greasy ass orbs.
I told you, he heard voices.
Oil your arms. That's what John Cena told me to do. Oil your arms. Make your muscles look better.
That's what gladiators used to do in Roman times. You grease yourself up so they can't grip you.
Intrigued if Melo's guilty, because 100% looks like Melo's 100% guilty. But if he was
guilty,
Trick would have beat him up on sight. I don't think Trick knows.
Christian may be a good Christian man.
You know, but back when they originally formed the Trick Mello gang, way back in the day, always thought it'd be Trick to be the one that turned on Melo. Turned out Trick is the one that want to push his face, and Melo's the one that like, you know what, he's a better heel.
Well, Melo, I think has been and done it all. I feel like you have to make Trick become the face of NXT.
Ooh, you going that far?
Yeah, I think like do you know when they did the breakout tournament last year and they made Roxanne or tried to make Roxanne the face of it, the women's face of NXT, but that just kind of just didn't work out because it was like it came off the whole. It came too soon, I feel like, and it came off Mandy Rose being let go because of indecency.
Yeah, indecency. Almost
choked. As you nearly die.
Yeah.
So I feel like
indecency is the way her career ended.
So and then I think there is upside, like you said, there's upside with Lola Vice, where she'll probably be the heel of the company going forward because I think Tiffany Stratton's going, and
yeah, she's God.
And then you can have Kian, what's her name? Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan to be the face of NXT for women, and then you keep Corbin down there. You can turn, and you've got the benefit. You can keep Dragunov down there for a bit longer and turn him heel and stuff like that. I think it's a whole movement where you can move through the youth direction. But the problem is there's always this nice youth coming through the NXT, but there's no ceiling for them. There's a ceiling of like bottom card when they come to the main roster because the old dogs are just staying around.
Well, I think it's going to be again, a lot of contracts are up at the end of the year, and I think a lot of people are going to get lowballed from both sides, AEW and WWE, of like, this is what your value is. And I think WWE is prepared to be like, yeah, it's time to call up Breaker, Melo, Stratton, maybe Cora Jade, wherever she's at. The Creeds are already called up.
She was spotted backstage at NXT this week.
Yeah. Like the Creeds are already called up, semi-called up. And you have all these people who are like probably ready to go. And I think NXT is probably gonna at deadline. I think that's gonna be the end of this era. I think that's the end of the era for the Carmelo and Braun Breaker and the Stratton and Cora Jade kind of era, whatever. And they're all gonna go to the main roster.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be more room. They need more space for your Dante Chins and Boas. And
it doesn't need to be more room for them.
OTM.
OTM need to be fired. OTM need to be fired. Do you know what it feels like? It's like someone told you, oh, they've just recreated the OG3 down in NXT again.
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't need this.
Okay, Manny. So at deadline, and I know this is maybe a side quest or a conversation. Who knows how long this may go. If this is the end of the era, whatnot, and WWE has been blending their main roster with the NXT roster, Dom and Rhea are probably going to stop coming after a while. Like Dom's going to lose that title probably to Wesley.
Yeah, I think Wesley's going to take that title back.
Who's your next come downs? Who's your people that you send down to like keep NXT numbers afloat for just a bit?
I mean, you could continue doing the Judgment Day stuff, but you have to send someone relatively of name that you want to watch. You can't send down when they sent down Dolph and they sent down Natty.
Yeah,
they're not people you really want to go watch. Like they have to be involved in like a real like main event scene kind of thing. Like when they sent down Cody and when they sent down the Horde to
the generals of the locker room. We're not supposed to use these weapons yet, but why not?
But like, I don't think you can send them unless it's like meaningful. Like, I think you could probably send down Cody for like a package when they do the Dusty tournament and stuff like that. You can send him down and do some bits for NXT. Jamal said Austin Theory. Yeah, but do you know when you look at Austin Theory, I think he's too big for NXT now.
I think the
Like, he's
problem with
not doing
Austin
much.
Theory is that Waller and him would have to both go back and forth.
Yeah, I think I prefer Waller over Theory. I
Mhm.
feel like you get more upside over Waller. 'Cause, like, he's
What
more
about
unlikable.
what about Big Bronson Reed?
What would you put him down as? Because, like, I feel like he's
He
found
never
his
won an
spot.
NXT title. He's not going to do
Yeah,
anything on the main roster.
yeah, he's
Uh,
just enhancement talent on the main roster. That's all he's ever gonna be.
yeah, I was thinking you can always use Chad Gable in the singles run, just because
Yeah,
him and Austin
why
doing this.
not? Why not put Chad Gable in a North American title run? That'd be pretty good.
Like he's already an accomplished wrestler and all that. He's going to deliver matches and stuff. People appreciate it, and him and Dragunov could probably have a really good, a good program. He don't have to win it. He's someone that doesn't have
Yeah.
to win. And then, on the women's side, why not, just go with I don't really know. I don't know. I can't think of a woman, honestly. That's it down right now. I mean, you still got Jay Cargill just existing.
I think I'd send down EO.
The champ?
Yeah. Well, you've got Rhea turning up. Why not?
Maybe
Why not have EO?
You always talk about how she's undefeated on NXT and build that up.
Well, I read something while we were looking for news. Apparently, Kairi Sane return is imminent. So maybe she goes back to NXT?
Yeah, there's a few people who you just like, cause I'm pretty sure the Judgment Day never gonna stop coming. You can always put Solo.
He doesn't need to go back down. He's too he feels like main roster now. He doesn't. I don't look at him and go, you know what, you need a lot of work.
Yeah, but he's someone that doesn't need work, but can just go down there to draw a number. To be like, oh, we have bloodline ties here, because you're not putting Jay and Jimmy on there.
Well, you could.
You could, but you're not. I don't think you're putting. I think Jay is too over. Maybe Jimmy to try to prove something to Roman. I don't know.
Marcus, you don't send a second string to NXT.
That's where the second string go. He is the backup quarterback. That's where you go. You go to the XFL.
The CFL, the XFL.
Yeah. Jimmy isn't that bad, actually. I'm actually down with Jimmy going down there and being like the backup quarterback is here to run NXT. And, he can have him feud with Dragunov or whoever. And it'd be fine. I think people would be behind it. And either he wins it or lose it. I think you're okay with it.
Yeah. But I just don't like how they sent out Dragon Lee without anyone realizing till like last week on Friday.
Video package of Dragon Lee. Are the Creeds done with NXT, or are they going to do a back and forth thing?
I think they're doing back and forth. I don't think they've been called up fully yet. I think because they had that as more of a challenge match, wasn't it? And they accepted.
Yeah.
But we could be seeing the Creeds turn up more often.
Yeah. He also have that. But when he says Styles, why not AJ? AJ, the OC is doing nothing. They do nothing.
You want to know about the OC? AJ has been disappeared for a long time.
Yeah, with that injury. And, he was the one who was rumored going to fight Roman at Crown Jewel until they decided to go with LA Knight. Which
I don't think that's happening, Jamal. NXT versus WWE War Games. I just feel like there is going to be a War Games match, but sometimes you don't need to have a War Games match. Have a reason to have a War Games match. Don't just because it's Survivor Series have one.
Yeah, I think we're locked in with our War Games right now with the Judgment Day / Bloodline merger against the Raw people. The random Raw collection. The Raw collection is I want to call them, of Cody, Sammy, and whoever else. Jay, and maybe KO or something in between there. I don't know.
But apparently, the way they've set up the arena for Chicago for ticket sales, apparently that's not set up for 2 rings and a War Game match.
Oh,
Yeah, so there might not even be a War Games.
I'd be really disappointed if it wasn't.
I mean, I don't necessarily care.
True as well. I mean, but
Like,
if
all-
rumors have Roman's not booked for Survivor Series, so what the hell are we doing? A
All I
regular
kinda
traditional
wanna-
Survivor Series match?
All I kind of want to see is Dakota Kai get folded up again in War Games matches. I've never seen someone take a beating much as Dakota Kai in War Games matches.
Yeah. I don't see a possibility of a women's War Game match at all.
No.
Like, there's so much divide in Rhea's locker room, and in, unless they go on brand, it might go brand versus brand, to be honest.
I don't know what this is for. Is this for you losing against the Lakers last night?
I have no idea.
I can't tell if it was sarcasm or if it's a joke.
Maybe I'm getting James Harden. I don't know.
Is that really something to be proud of?
Yep. I knew it. I figured it out. It is. It's gonna work out. I know you didn't see the game. I saw the game, Manny, and I felt that they needed him in that game. Paul George found out. Zubac found out. Bones gave us nothing. And we needed James Harden on that court. PJ Tucker was trying by himself.
So at what point is he gonna demand a trade to the Bucks or something?
I believe, as I told another telecast, I guess on YouTube or something, that I believe that he's no longer going to demand. He's going to be a good soldier.
No, whatever.
He's going to be good this time because money is due. His contract's coming up. Nobody wants to deal with it. If he's going to be like, oh yeah, I don't want to, work here anymore and do all this, and no one's going to let him get away with this shit anymore. It's been too many times. He'll find himself in the Philippine League if he keeps doing this.
Congratulations, Manny, for winning the team of New York. I mean, I don't feel like that's a really of a prize or an achievement, given how how terrible both teams are.
That is something I wouldn't want to win, by the way. That seems like something I'd like. It was a very fair. I mean, Tommy DeVito or whatever his name is, Tommy DeVito, right?
Yeah, but I still think
it's not a matchup anybody needs to see.
But like, they're saying this is the Battle of New York, but I still feel like Buffalo is the best team in New York.
And they're not even that good. They should be better than what they are.
Like, if you really think about it, the Buffalo Bills are the best team in New York because the Giants and the Jets play in New Jersey.
Manny, I have breaking news.
James Harden lost for trade.
No, nothing too important. The AEW Dynamite ratings are out.
Oh, let's hear it. 900,000.
Oh, close. They did. Let me actually get the real number. Is an improvement from last week, 774,000. They're 832,000.
So what was the NXT number?
Oh shit!
They normally post that with that.
Hold on, let me scroll down and see if they have it. It's not with this one. NXT. Let me find it. I'm gonna say they did probably 7 or 6, but let's find out. They did 674,000. NXT loses this week.
Ooh. AEW was 6 out of 10 for me. Main event was what saved the show. I don't even think the main event was that good.
The main event was so. I thought the opener with Orange Cassidy and Cesaro was really the only standout match. The main event was all right. I just did. I wasn't invested in seeing MJF try to win his belt back. When I'm just like, get your belt back.
That's it. Let's call it for today's show.
By the way, He gifted a man Ric Flair. Where's Ric Flair this week to make the save? You gifted that
Make the
man Ric
save.
Flair. Is he gone? Is Ric
Make
Flair
the
just
save.
gone? He could have saved Edge. Could have came out with him and saved Edge.
I would have returned to sender for.
Right. First week of December. Oh.
But ETE is recorded now, so does it matter?
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Technically, I could release the video now and be like, "Oh, Jamal's returned to the show."
No, but we will wait till December, and then that will signifies a return. We can start recording again.
I've made some calls on matches that no one's allowed to do. So
Dibs.
I called dibs.
We gave you all the English matches, Manny. All the English matches. You have
Yeah,
all the
and then
you have all the Nigel McGuinness catalog.
Oh yeah, as the fucker one.
Yeah, and we even gave you a monopoly on Nick Aldis matches.
I'm glad that none of them are on the WWE network.
So what are you the thing? Yeah. Every time I scroll by that image, I go, that bastard.
You know, it makes me sick every time I see the thumbnail of that. I was like, we really need to make more videos.
All right, that concludes the show. I gotta actually work.
Yeah, I'm Lord Manny.
Forget this is later.
I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus, the grand finale.
And if your legs look like this, you should probably not be wrestling. We out. Peace.